If you run an e-com brand, I have a question for you. If you just snapped a finger and were able to just make winning ads on autopilot whenever you wanted, how fast do you think you'll be able to scale your store's revenue? Would you be able to double it in the first 30 days, triple it, even 10x your growth for your brand in the first 30 days? Well, that's the power of making new winning creatives for your brand. And in today's video, I'm going to show you my exact Claude AI scripting process, research process to basically making winning ads on autopilot. I'm going to show you how to make ads for different stages of the market awareness levels, winning structures that have been crushing for D2C brands recently, compliance issues to avoid if you are in the health and wellness space. And also as a bonus, in the end, I'm going to be covering some hooks that have been absolutely crushing for D2C brands. So if you stick around to the end, you'll be getting all of that. You may be wondering, who the hell is this guy? How do I know that what he's speaking is factual? So I'm going to show you some case studies, some results, just for one of our brands that I've been working with. So you can see this brand in the last 30 days, we did 870K, so almost 900K in the last 30 days. And the funny part about this brand is actually when we first started working together about 3 months ago, they were stuck at 10K a day in spend. So they were doing anywhere from like 400 to 500K per month. And in the next 90 days, we almost tripled their ad spend. And you can see now they're spending around 20 to 30K per day while staying at relatively the same cost per acquisition. So basically keeping more profit in your pocket and making more money, right? So let's get into it. So to really be able to scale, the first thing you have to understand is the 5 stages of awareness. And if you've never seen this before, I'll give you a quick brief intro. So product aware, solution aware. Product aware is somebody that knows your product. Solution aware is, for example, say you have a product about back pain, right? And they've looked at different things on the market that solve their back pain. They are solution aware, right? Someone that's problem aware, they only know that they have back pain. So to really scale, most founders, they're really stuck in these 2 stages, solution aware or product aware. So we want to get to the unaware stage, right? With Claude AI, with the scripting framework that we're going to do. So as an example, I'm going to be showing you this brand because the founders, they actually came to me and they said, Eamon, we have a problem. We're stuck. We are plateauing and we're unable to scale. They were spending a good amount, right? But they were unable to scale past a certain threshold without their CPA going through the roof, without their cost per acquisition rising, right? And I asked them, what kind of ads are you making? Are you making unaware style ads, problem aware, solution aware? They were making a lot of problem and solution aware ads, but they were not able to crack the code with unaware style of ads, right? That's exactly what I'm going to be showing you how to crack unaware style ads with Claude AI. So this is really the most important part because we have to do the proper research before plugging into Claude AI in our AI systems, right? So for this product, we can just do it together, right? So this is basically a bath filter that filters out chemicals for parents for newborns, right? So most aware, we can start from most aware and work our way backwards to unaware. So for example, a most aware customer, they would be like, they already know everything about your product. They just want basically the cheapest option. So they're saying, when is the next sale for this product, right? Product aware, they know what your product does. They know everything about your product, but they have just a couple of objections. So for example, let's look at the product. So no more itchy skin, protects the immune system, filters out harmful substances. So let's ask some questions that a product aware customer might ask. So for example, how exactly does it protect my child? How do I know it'll work? Are there other people using this brand? So they know exactly what the product does, but they just have a couple of objections. So solution aware, this would be people that know they have a problem, but they are looking at different kind of mechanisms that solve this exact problem. So we can say, what are the best ways to make my water pure? Problem aware, these are people that know, for example, that their baby is developing rashes, dry skin because of the water, but they're not aware exactly why that is, and they're not exactly aware of the solution. So for example, problem aware customer, they would say something like, is water causing is my home water causing my baby's skin to be dry? And obviously, the more research you do, the better you can understand the type of objections and the type of questions for each certain awareness level. And the best way to do this, in my opinion, is to go to Reddit threads, competitor reviews, Amazon reviews, things of that nature. You can really dig deep and really find these type of questions. Unaware, this is the hardest to crack, right? And this comes with the most type of research. So unaware style ad, this is the hardest to crack, right? But once we crack this, we can really cater and market to a much bigger total addressable market. So for example, a common problem that parents of newborns may have is their baby is always up all night crying and they can't sleep, right? And after their baby is developing rashes after being bathed, you can imagine they would be crying all night. I mean, I'm not a baby, so I don't know, right? But we can conclude question like, why is my baby up all night crying? Why doesn't my baby fall asleep fast? So these are questions we can ask at the unaware stage. And if you have a brand, I would highly advise you doing this and really digging deep to understand this before we start scripting the ad. So now that we've actually thought to ourselves and come up with a couple of questions based on these stages of awareness, now we actually want to do some more research, right? So we can start off with unaware and basically ask Reddit and see exactly what customers are saying. So we can just basically type in the exact question and then go to Reddit. So you can see in Reddit, like you can get a lot of information. Like you can see exactly what problems people are facing and even objections. And you can use this in your headline, right? And even stuff like this, like yes, sometimes my baby starts to cry and doesn't even wake up. Like we could literally use this in an unaware style headline for our UGC ad. And you can see the more research that we do, the better we can understand exactly what problems customers are facing. Stuff that people have tried before. For example, like we could use this to answer objections as well. Yes, like my baby has been doing this lately and I thought it was gas. Like I thought it was this issue, but the real root problem was actually the water that my baby was bathing in. So once we've done this, we can do this basically for every awareness stage. So we can go back and we can ask this. So we can see like it just depends on your water quality, right? So certain issues are popping up because of the water quality. So we can educate the customers on exactly why these problems are happening. So before we start scripting on Claude, what I actually do every single time I make a new ad is I make a deep research document on ChatGPT. So what I like to go is I like to attach, basically download these Reddit threads. I put them in ChatGPT. I attach the landing page for the product as well. And I love to use the ChatGPT 03 model. This is the best, in my opinion, for deep research. The 4.0 is really good for most tasks, but the 03 model, if you select it over here, it gives you a lot deeper insights and it even digs the web for you and finds even more questions that customers are asking. Right, so this is the prompt that I use. Make me a deep research customer analysis document for the brand name and different possible angles for more unaware style ads. Because if you don't do this, ChatGPT will basically just give you solution and product aware questions for your research document. So I tell it to analyze psychographics, awareness levels, excuse my spelling, according to Eugene Schwartz marketing principles. Pain points, mass desires, objections, and also what I like to do is put in previous winning ad scripts so it can understand the brand even more. So once I do this, I've already done this, but for time's sake, I'll just show you what it looks like. It usually takes around 20 to 30 minutes for it to come up with the document because it just digs in so deep, right? So analysis, you can see everything from psychographics, pain points, mass desires, common objections and friction points, winning messaging components. And you can get a lot of insights from this. You can see it's very long. Like when I pasted this, it was almost 16 pages in Google Docs. So it gives you a very in-depth approach. So what we can do now is we can download this PDF and then we can put it in Claude. So this is the prompt that I use for Claude. So make me 10 direct response ad scripts for this brand. Make me new angles based on the deep research I've attached. Also make me iterations of the angles from the current best performers. I've attached some previous winner ad scripts. You can better understand the tone, style, and USP of the brand. I found that if you put the previous winner ad scripts, it gets a much better understanding of how to write the ad and to make it sound a lot more natural sounding and a lot more direct response. So once we have everything, we will just generate it right now and see what it comes up with. So once you've done this, you can see it actually generates us some really solid kind of ads. So you can see this is talking about the invisible irritant. So I investigated everything that touched my baby's skin, except the most obvious part. So parents have tried everything. They've tried different lotions, soaps, detergents, but the most obvious one they haven't tried, right? So I would say this is an unaware style ad. This is more of a product solution aware ad. So I'll ask it, create me more unaware style ads. So while we're waiting for that, I just want to go back to the Miro board and show you a couple of other things to keep in mind. So this is a really good structure that you can use as well. So hook, ICP call out, problem, agitate the pain, risk if nothing is done now to fix it. This is a one part of the script that a lot of people miss. So for example, say my baby's skin was red after his last bath. If you don't solve this now, then it can get worse over time and your skin can peel off. I don't know. I'm not an expert, right? But something like that force the customer to understand what happens if they don't take action right now. And then solution plus the unique selling point 1 and 2. I wouldn't have more than 2 USPs or else the customer will get kind of a bit too overwhelmed. And then social proof / case studies. For social proof, you can say over 200,000 women have used this bath filter for their babies and have loved it. And then offer guarantee, I would say if your baby doesn't get better skin in 30 days, you get a money back, right? And then CTA with urgency. Stock is selling out soon, so make sure to get yours now. So this is a winning structure. This will work for almost any type of niche. So you can use this as a baseline. And then these are compliance issues to also keep in mind, especially if you are in the health and wellness space. Facebook is really cracking down nowadays on ads like these that really promote a claim. So for example, when mentioning a direct claim, weight loss, energy boost, it must be indirect or have a study claim. So studies show that taking ginger daily can reduce joint pain over time. Instead of this, we can say something like ginger infused drink reduces joint pain by up to 40%. So this is a lot more compliant. Studies show we have direct proof and may be able to. So don't say this will. Avoid words like that. That's the fastest way to get your account banned. Trust me, I've been there. Studies show that ginger may or can, things like that. Compliance issues when trying to agitate the problem or incite fear. Instead of saying big pharma doesn't want you to know about this, always be vague. Say they don't want you to know about it. Most people, things like that. This is the best way to keep your ad account compliant and keep on scaling, right? So here's some unaware style angles. So the invisible chemical bath. What if I told you there's a chemical in your baby bath's water that's actually designed to kill living things? So this is a really, really good hook because this like scares almost the parent. They're like, what? I'm bathing my newborn in this every single day and like it could kill things. So this is an unaware style ad. This is really, really good. There's something in your tap water that would make you gasp if you actually see it. So yeah, this is something that parents, they don't even know. They may not even have an issue with their baby having dry skin or red patches or anything like that. But they just saw their ad, and then this is like, it kind of scares them, right? Because parents, they really care about their newborn. My mom bathed me in tap water, so I bathed my baby in tap water. So this is almost like you take your parents' advice on what you should do, because if you have a newborn, you're most likely this is your first baby, right? So generational mistake. This is really good for unaware style ads as well. What worked for previous generations doesn't work now because the water itself has changed. So basically breaking those beliefs. So I would basically take these and I would refine it a bit. So lastly, just to wrap this up, I want to go over the framework that we use for research and drafting and scripting. This I got it from my good friend Sean over at Evolve, so I don't want to take full credit for this, but this is the research framework that I use. So number one, do all the research, put together the Reddit threads, forums, put everything into the ChatGPT document and ask it to create the deep research document for you. And then planning, like I said, do this for every single stage of awareness. This will help you make winning ads. If you do the research, you take your time to dig deep, this is how you'll be able to win. And then draft, go over to Claude, see what it says, reinforce, go back to the script and really hit on the pain points, on the desires, refine it, take off anything that's unnecessary or that's not directly about the point that we're trying to make, and then add some visuals that really enforce the point that we're making, and then reflect. This is the feedback loop time. So after you've launched the ad, 7 days, look at the ad account, look at the data, see how it converted, look at the comments, and by doing this over time, you'll be able to learn what works, what doesn't work. This is how you'll really be able to win. And then also I did mention that I'm going to be giving you guys some free hooks. So go over this briefly. So everything you've been told about X is wrong. Here's why. This is a really scroll stopping hook that's been printing recently. The truth about X and the solution that's changing everything. This is for a problem aware customers. My doctor warned me about X, so you don't have to. Start with an intriguing, compliant question. What does cinnamon do for blood pressure? High stakes secret. They are getting this book banned. If you're struggling with X, keep watching. Woman tried this product for 30 days. Here's what happened to her body. This is really good for stuff like that helps with joint pain or back pain. This has been printing. Why are women in their late 40s obsessed with this? And then insert your product unique mechanism. Doctors are trying to get XYZ banned, and the reason why might shock you. So these are really, really good. So I would highly suggest using these. Yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. If you liked it, drop a like. If you want to work together with me and my team for us to personally scale your ad account, get to $1 million per month, just book a call in the link down below. Without further ado, I'll see you in the next video.